Your fingernails are cracked and spooning at the edges. You're cold when everyone else is fine. You're winded walking to the mailbox, and you already know you're not sleeping enough to explain that kind of tired. Somebody hands you a coffee and says, "We're all exhausted." And you nod because how do you even explain that this isn't that kind of tired? Welcome to the Sippable Solutions Support Show. Lost my cup. I'm Danny Cade, cancer cachexia survivor since 2015. Fatigue gets treated like background noise in cancer. Everyone expects it, so nobody digs into it. And that's a problem because there's a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from the disease itself or the treatment schedule. It comes from iron. Iron isn't just a mineral on a lab report. It's what your red blood cells use to carry oxygen to every tissue in your body, including your brain and your muscles. When your iron drops, your cells are starving for oxygen even while you're breathing just fine. That's why this kind of tired doesn't lift with a nap. Your body isn't tired the way a person is tired after a long day. It's tired the way an engine runs when it isn't getting enough air. Cancer sets this up in a few different ways. Chronic inflammation blocks the body from using the iron it already has, so a normal diet or even a decent lab number doesn't guarantee your cells are actually getting it. Blood loss from surgery, treatment, or the disease itself can drain reserves fast. And if eating has become the fight we already talk about on this show, low intake means low iron on top of everything else. Layer those together, and you get a fatigue that doesn't match the story anyone's telling you. The usual advice is to eat more red meat, take an iron pill, and push through. Here's the problem with that. Standard iron supplements are famous for wrecking an already inflamed gut. Cramping, constipation, nausea, the same digestive chaos we've talked about on other shows. And if your gut is already struggling to absorb basic nutrition, dumping a harsh iron pill into it doesn't fix the deficiency. It just adds another battle your body has to lose. Meanwhile, red meat, if you can even tolerate it, is a heavy, hard to digest food that a compromised gut might outright reject. So what actually helps? First, get tested properly. Ask for a full iron panel, not just hemoglobin, because ferritin and iron saturation tell a more complete story, and low labs paired with inflammation markers change what your care team recommends. Second, if your supplementation is right for you, ask about gentler forms like iron biglycinate, which tends to be easier on the gut than the standard ferrous sulfate that most people get handed. Third, pair any iron intake with vitamin C. It helps absorption, and space it away from calcium and dairy, which block it. None of that solves the piece nobody talks about, which is that all of this assumes you're eating enough to begin with. If food has become the fight, if solids aren't happening most days, testing and supplementation only go so far. That's where something gentle and sippable earns its place, not as a fix for iron deficiency, that's not what it's for, but as a way to keep some usable nutrition moving into your body while you and your care team sort out the iron piece properly. I leaned on that exact approach when eating solid food wasn't an option for me, and it was the difference between running on nothing and having something to work with. If your fatigue has never made sense to you, if it feels heavier than what everyone else calls tired, this is worth bringing to your care team specifically. Ask them to check your iron, not just assume it's the cancer or the treatment doing all the talking. If this sounds like your story, drop fuel in the comments and I'll send you the free guide, or you can grab it from my bio. And you can follow me at Sippable Solutions so I actually see your comments. And please watch for my reply. I do answer. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.